Hey kids, I'm glad you're joining me again this week as we hear another story on the Small Catechism. This week you've been learning the Eighth Commandments. You shall not bear false testimony against your neighbor. What does this mean? We should fear and love God so that we do not tell lies about our neighbor, betray him, slander him, or hurt his reputation. But we should defend him, speak well of him, and explain everything in the kindest way. One of the things God wants us to do is to use our lips and our words in a good way. And the best way that we can use it is to tell the truth and speak well of the people that we live with. So say nice things about them. Well, in today's story, we're going to hear about Stephen, the deacon, who was kind of like a pastor in God's church, who had people tell lies about him. So let's listen to the story. Now Stephen, who was one of the 7 chosen to pass out food to the poor Christians, was a man full of God's grace and power. He even performed miracles among the people. However, some Jews from the synagogue of the freedmen began to oppose Stephen. They argued with him, but Stephen's wisdom was too much for them. So these Jews secretly arranged for some men to tell lies about Stephen. The men went around saying, "We have heard Stephen saying evil things about Moses and about God." Their lies made the people and the Jewish leaders angry. The leaders seized Stephen and brought him before the Sanhedrin, the council. Certain false witnesses stood up and said, "We have heard this fellow Stephen say that Jesus of Nazareth will destroy the temple and change the customs which Moses gave us." Everyone sitting in the Sanhedrin stared at Stephen. They saw that his face was like the face of an angel. Stephen told the truth. And that's the thing. Stephen was out there preaching and teaching the truth. The words that he was speaking from his mouth were good words, kind words, words that God wanted Stephen to speak. And yet these other men came up and were telling lies about Stephen. Was it a good thing or a bad thing for them to tell lies about Stephen? It was a bad thing. And God wants us to always tell the truth as well. He doesn't want us to lie, but he wants good words to come out of our mouths. And so that's what God directs us to do today in the Eighth Commandment. You shall not bear false testimony against your neighbor.